Good morning, my name is Karen Craver, and today I'll be sharing what I learned from my signature assignment, where I had the opportunity to interview Gene Lowe, the CEO of SPX Corporation, a global provider of highly engineered infrastructure equipment. I decided to interview Mr. Lowe because of his elite level of leadership and strategy background, and the phenomenal perspective he brings from guiding a publicly traded company through not only strategic growth, but operational changes as well. Mr. Lowe's path to becoming a CEO was in no regards a straightforward journey. He initially worked at Anderson Consulting, pursued an MBA at Dartmouth, and spent years in strategic consulting before he ultimately moved into industry. His work involved strategic planning roles, global business development, and eventually leadership of entire business segments before becoming CEO in 2015. His life journey teaches the importance of continuous learning, cross-functional experience, and gaining increased responsibility over time. In order for Gene's success, Mr. Lowe emphasized the importance of an MBA, especially when it comes to finance and strategy industry. He showed that while a college degree may be enough technically, climbing the corporate ladder requires multidisciplinary exposure and proof that he can lead as roles and increasing responsibility. These are three strengths that Mr. Lowe shared with me that ultimately led to his long-term success of leading a company. Firstly, a strategic mindset for acquisitions and long-term planning. Secondly, the ability to build and foster relationships between high-performing teams. Lastly, maintaining relationships with the board of directors and shareholders through communication is key. He focuses mostly on planning and leading, meeting quarterly with the board and interacting with direct reports from his teams to ensure alignment and performance. A major takeaway from the interview is just how complicated leadership can really be behind the scenes, especially when it came to those tough decisions where teams are just split half and half. He told me that getting good at the basics was really important to overall success. Mr. Lowe explained how conflicts like internal disagreements about acquisitions or closures are handled with clarity, communication, and focusing strictly on the facts and pushing forward even if everyone doesn't agree. This interview, paired with my reflective work, helped me evaluate myself as a future leader with these three insights. Firstly, I value strategic clarity. The ability to see strategically like Mr. Lowe does when deciding whether to buy acquisitions and close deals. I long for the ability to see long-term like Mr. Lowe does with his acquisitions. I need to thrive while working as a team. Knowing the difference between someone who can lead but also be agreeable with the group is very important. Thirdly, trying to build team building skills and creating long-term relationships is super important. To sum it up, this interview gave me an up-close look of what real leadership looks like at the top levels. Not just being an extremely hard worker, but also in mindset, communication, and making tough decisions when it counts the most. Mr. Lowe's journey taught me that success is not about shortcuts. It's about creating a track record of good results, relationships that ultimately bring on more responsibility. Thanks for listening and have a great day.